Hello, welcome to this presentation on protecting trees from deer. This will be a short presentation, but I also recommend that you pause the video on any of the slides to read the detail. I won't be reading the detail to you, but at the end I'll also tell you where to go for the individual slides that you can use. Whether you're planting in a rural, suburban, or urban area, deer have been known to venture anywhere a food source can be found. So if you're planting a single tree or 100 trees, you'll want to protect your investment. Be aware that deer can browse your vegetation up to 6 feet off the ground. Another threat to your young trees is deer rubbing. There's nothing worse than nurturing your young trees towards maturity only to have a deer remove the bark, remove the tree's vascular system, resulting in death. Do not skimp on your tree protection. For the past 3 years, I've been experimenting with different methods to protect tree seedlings from deer browsing and deer rubbing. I have never personally used tree tubes because they just didn't seem like a very natural way to grow the plant. This was my first attempt at tree protection using low-cost, no-cost, repurposed materials. Unfortunately, while they did work, all of them had to be replaced over time as the bamboo sticks rotted and the snow fence deteriorated. The next 5 slides are where you may want to pause the video to view the detail. The first slide we're viewing here is regarding tree tubes. They're commonly used for seedling planting. My problem with them is that it seems to be an unnatural growing environment. The tree is enclosed in the tube, making it warmer, more humid, attractive to insects and rodents to habitate within, and it prevents the tree from swaying in the wind, thus creating a weaker plant. This fixed diameter plastic mesh is a good, sturdy solution to protect young seedlings from browse and rubbing, but may not be the perfect solution in the long run. Commonly used in nursery production where trees are field grown and harvested before outgrowing the mesh. A tree diameter of 6 inches will still be susceptible to deer rubbing, and other protection may need to be added. I believe this option to be a good cost versus benefit solution. I've used it for deer rub protection on over 100 adolescent trees and for seedling protection on over 30 new tree plantings with very good results. This mesh can be cut to a 12-inch diameter to provide long-term protection against deer rubbing. Welded wire fence is commonly used for deer rub protection. It is also easily available and low cost. However, the larger mesh size may allow some deer browsing of lower branches, but will still protect the main trunk from being damaged. However, small rodents could still enter and damage the tree bark. This product is also available in a thicker gauge, smaller mesh sizes, and taller heights, all at an increased cost, but providing better protection. Next, I'd like to talk about steel mesh that is typically used to reinforce concrete. I see this technique used in the local parks where large mowers are used to manicure the turf right up to the tree trunk. It's the only thing that holds up to repeated mower incursions due to its larger gauge wire, but it is also difficult to bend and cut for the same reason. It also has the largest mesh size opening of the previous options. I will be doing a detailed video on the planting of 30 sycamore seedlings in the future, but this slide will just show briefly how the planting took place. The 5-gallon bucket came in handy for this. The bottom of the bucket provided a good template for the size of the hole I wanted to excavate and mix in compost, and the top lid of the bucket was a perfect template for spacing my posts 12 inches apart, which is also the largest diameter tree that you can expect deer rubbing to occur on. Adding a 4-inch thick mulch ring as wide as possible has many benefits for the tree's development, including keeping the mower away from the tree and the support stakes. In addition to offering protection, the mesh allows a natural environment for the tree to grow. It is also easily removable to do pruning and weeding within the mesh. Hundreds of trees were planted as part of a local commerce park development. Every tree had signs of deer rub damage. After the mesh was installed, there were only a few signs of fresh deer rub observed. However, they did not compete well with the large Parks Department mower. Better protection will cost more. Decide on the value of your plants and the investment you're willing to make. How many trees will you be planting? And finally, wooden stakes should be driven 2 feet into the ground with 4 feet above the ground. For a copy of these slides and links to all the products described, please go to my We Care Tree Care Facebook page, and under Albums you'll find a section Protecting Trees from Deer. Thank you for watching and happy planting.